Have you ever wondered if you could actually pull off retiring on just $1,200 a month? I mean, really think about it. Living like every single day is a Sunday, enjoying incredible weather, delicious food, and a vibrant culture, all for less than half the cost of living in the West. It sounds like an absolute pipe dream, doesn't it? Well, I've got some pretty amazing news for you. Yes, $1,200 is absolutely 100% a realistic monthly budget. Not only is it possible, but it can actually offer an incredible quality of life, complete with modern amenities if you know exactly where to look. So, welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to break down a definitive, suspenseful countdown of the top 10 retirement spots across Asia. We've compiled data, insights, and on-the-ground experiences from our sources to build a crystal-clear roadmap of exactly where your retirement dollars will stretch the absolute furthest, without sacrificing the lifestyle you've worked so hard for. Okay, before we jump into the actual list, let's establish the 4 strict criteria we used to rank these places. We're looking at cost of living, healthcare quality, overall vibe, and crucially, visa accessibility. Because let's be real, it doesn't matter how gorgeous a beach is if you legally can't stay there, right? Section 1. The cultural escapes. This covers cities 10 through 8. So these spots are perfect if you're looking for a slower, more meditative pace. We're talking beautiful temples, rich history, and just incredible natural landscapes. Coming in at numbers 10, 9, and 8, we have Siem Reap in Cambodia, Luang Prabang in Laos, and Chiang Mai in Thailand. Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer affordability. You're easily looking at budgets well under $1,500. But the visa hurdles, they vary wildly. Cambodia actually offers an ER retirement visa if you're 55 and up. Thailand has a great one too for folks 50 and older as long as you can prove your income. But Laos, they don't really have a formal retirement visa, so expats usually have to get a bit creative with business or volunteer visas. And this comparison right here brilliantly illustrates the sort of adventurous trade-offs you have to make in this tier. Over in Siem Reap, sure, you're dealing with stifling hot summers, but you get to live on the US dollar right next to the stunning Angkor Wat ruins, hanging out with a really cosmopolitan expat crowd. But contrast that with Luang Prabang. It's remote, it's sleepy, it operates almost entirely as a cash economy. You do get these gorgeous French colonial cafes, and it's perfect for that slow, meditative vibe. But the infrastructure is definitely lighter, meaning you'd probably need to hop the border for major medical care. Rounding out our cultural escapes is the Chiang Mai region up in northern Thailand. One source affectionately describes the nearby town of Pai as the barefoot bohemian cousin up the winding green road through the hills. I just love that description. Chiang Mai is basically a budget-friendly clubhouse for expats and digital nomads. It's absolutely bursting with coffee shops, mountain views, and historic temples. Just one thing to keep in mind, though. It does suffer from severe seasonal air pollution. Section 2. The Beach Havens, covering cities 7 down to 5. All right, stepping out of the mountains and down to the sand, we find Da Nang in Vietnam, Sanur in Bali, and Hua Hin in Thailand. If you want coastal breezes and resort-style living, this is your tier. You get to live right by the ocean. But take a look at how the prices and visa pathways shift as we move into these highly desirable beach zones. Bali jumps up significantly in cost. You could be looking at $3,000 a month, though they do offer a straightforward retirement Kitas visa if you're 55. Vietnam, on the flip side, is incredibly cheap, but currently lacks a dedicated long-term retirement visa. So expats rely mostly on e-visas, spousal, or investor routes. Let's compare 2 of the heavyweights here, Da Nang and Bali. Our sources point out that Da Nang offers this amazing clean simplicity. You get crisp air, pristine wide roads, and jaw-droppingly cheap street food. We're talking meals starting around $1. But it does have a smaller expat scene and somewhat limited nightlife. Bali, specifically spots like Sanur, gives you a massive, packed expat community and is just an incredible health and wellness hub. The trade-off? Heavy gentrification and some pretty terrible traffic. So different strokes for different folks, right? And that brings us to Hua Hin, our number 5 pick, which perfectly bridges that gap. Sources actually call it the Florida for Thailand. It gives you the sunshine, the amazing amenities, and all the comfort, but completely without the chaotic madness of the larger cities. Plus, it boasts top-tier private hospitals, making it an incredibly seamless, almost pampered transition for Westerners looking for comfortable beach living. Section 3. Modern Urban Hubs. Cities 4 and 3. Now, what if you're the kind of person who craves high energy and endless convenience? Clocking in at numbers 4 and 3 are Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam and Bangkok in Thailand. These cities are definitely a bit pricier, pushing toward that $2,500 mark. But what you get is what our sources call premium affordability. You are getting absolutely limitless urban amenities, high-speed internet, stunning high-rise condos, huge expat communities, all at a fraction of what you'd pay in a place like New York or London. Of course, living in a megacity does come with a bit of a warning. One source vividly described crossing the street in Ho Chi Minh City as a real-life game of Frogger. The traffic is relentless, motorbikes are literally everywhere, and the energy is just incredibly fast-paced. You really have to be ready to embrace the chaos if you want to thrive in this kind of urban jungle. When we put these two giants side by side, it's really a tale of infrastructure. Ho Chi Minh City is rapidly developing. I mean, their subways are literally under construction right now. It's a bit grittier, but the street food is phenomenally cheap and the energy is unmatched. Bangkok, on the other hand, already boasts world-class public transport and top-tier healthcare. It is the ultimate 24/7 convenience hub. You do need to know, though, that both of these cities suffer from intense heat, and Bangkok in particular deals with severe seasonal air pollution. Section 4. The Crown Jewels. We finally made it to cities 2 and 1. We have reached the climax of our countdown. These are the ultimate destinations that perfectly balance cost, healthcare, lifestyle, and infrastructure. And look at this. Malaysia is absolutely dominating the top spots. At number 2, we have Kuala Lumpur, and taking the number 1 crown is Georgetown in Penang. Both are incredibly affordable, sitting comfortably right between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. But the massive advantage here? Malaysia offers Western-style, first-class infrastructure at Southeast Asian prices. Plus, they have very straightforward, accessible long-term visa routes, like the MM2H program. So you might be wondering, why exactly does Penang edge out a massive metropolis like Kuala Lumpur for the absolute top spot? Well, Kuala Lumpur is phenomenal. It's got massive skyscrapers, it's widely English-friendly, it's very tax-friendly. But our sources noted it can sometimes feel a little too modern or maybe even a bit boring to some after a while. Georgetown, Penang, however, it is Asia's undisputed street food capital. It mixes this deep, nostalgic colonial charm of a walkable UNESCO heritage town with the incredible English fluency and world-class healthcare of a much larger city. And that brilliantly illustrates why our sources basically unanimously point to Georgetown, Penang as the absolute best location for expats to settle down in. It is, quite simply, the gold standard. It blends affordability, unbelievable food, walkability, and fantastic healthcare into one perfect little package that just instantly feels like home. Section 5. Making your move. So, how do you actually make this happen? Let's bring all these insights together because finding that perfect location depends entirely on you. Step 1. Pick your vibe. Are you looking for the serene temples of Chiang Mai, the resort life of Hua Hin, or the amazing food scene of Penang? Step 2, check the visas. Seriously, do not skip this part. Ensure you meet the specific age limits, like being over 50 for Thailand or 55 for Bali, and double-check those income requirements. And finally, step 3, book a test trip. You absolutely must experience the heat, the traffic, and the day-to-day reality of a place before you pack up your entire life. The data is super clear here. Retiring in comfort and even a bit of luxury does not require a millionaire's bank account. It really just takes an adventurous spirit and a willingness to explore. So I'll leave you with this final thought. City lights, mountain mist, or an ocean breeze. Where will you retire?
As always, subscribe to our channel, like the video, and comment below. There are also some links in our description that you may find useful. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.